That song by Billy Joel is called My Life. It's the intro to it. It's using wrist rotation. One thing to think about with wrist rotation is to remember is that no matter how good your technique is, you're not going to be able to play all day. You do have to build the endurance of the muscles. Think of it like a runner. You can have perfect running technique, but you're not going to run a marathon without actually training to run a marathon. You got to strengthen your legs and strengthen your heart to be able to do such a thing. So while to get better at this kind of a technique, we have to utilize it by playing songs that use the technique and maybe insert some exercises in there. So I'm going to show a couple really easy exercises you can do for an octave wrist rotation. We can also call this broken octaves or tremolo. So we're going to do this. We're going to start with a C octave here. And we're going to do just C octave back and forth. We're going to start with the left hand. The left hand is not necessarily more likely to do these broken octaves, but depending on the style of music you're playing, it might be. Now, if you can get comfortable playing just a C octave rotation, do this for a little while. If your arm starts to feel a little tired, give it a rest. Then come back to it, and we're going to do a scale. I'm going to demonstrate this. We're going to play the C octave broken, then D, and keep moving up until you get to another C, and then come back down. One of the things to watch for is what's happening with these three fingers. Are they doing this? I've seen some really great pianists that still do that when they're playing something really fast, just because it gets to a point where sometimes you just need your hand to be almost locked into position. But we want to try really hard to get to where everything is loose and relaxed. Doesn't matter how big or small your hand is. Yes, I can easily reach an octave. I know my octave is an easy reach. You may be reaching this far. You may be just doing this to reach an octave. It doesn't really matter. Just as long as you can reach that octave, you can do this. Same thing with the right hand. We do the same exact technique with the right hand. There's a couple things we're doing here. Is we're training our arm to get better at just naturally rotating the wrist, which is more instinctive. We're using muscle memory here. We're also going to get you more used to what that octave feels like. You can also take this in blocked octaves to just get your hands used to doing this. Now, to take this to an extra level, try this with both hands at the same time or go a little bit faster, but make sure you're playing evenly, trying to keep these three fingers in the middle loose, keep the bridge up. The bridge are these middle knuckles here, and keep your wrist in a good, comfortable position. One last thing that I want to talk about with this is something that goes back to every single exercise and every single piece that you play. When you have your hand on the keyboard, one thing to watch for, especially when doing octaves, is to watch for the position of the wrist. Now look at the bottom of the screen where you see my hand on the keyboard with the nice little glowing MIDI notes. Now, if you see the position of my thumb compared to my pinky, you notice that they are not level with one another. If I do make them level with one another, this actually puts my wrist into an awkward position. I'm going to move it back so you can see this. Puts my wrist into a very awkward position, makes it a lot harder to control my weaker fingers. I want to make sure that the wrist stays straighter. Two ways you can do this is just move the wrist over, make sure that your hand stays more straight on from your forearm. You can also move your body to help you with positioning. Anything like that is going to be able to help. This gets you to where you can eventually play songs that do use this octave, broken octave, I should say. There are other songs, and I had one that was suggested to me. I just wanted to use this one again because it is one of the kind of early intermediate to intermediate level intros in rock music, and I thought it would be a good place to start. If you want to copy the music, you can always buy it on Music Notes or buy a book like this. This is where I got it from. I just bought a greatest hits book for Billy Joel. There are lots of options out there. And if you'd like to see any specific videos, please let me know down in the comments. I'd be happy to make a video just for whatever technique you've been working on.